Welcome to World Sports News with Ernie. Behind the desk is your co host, Ernie. And on top of the desk is Ernie's faithful companion. Ernie calls him the rubber ducky. The rest of us on Sports News Review call him Felix. Alrighty, Ernie. It's been more than a week since we did the last edition of World Sports News with Ernie. And well, Ernie, we're going to start with surfing. And what I'm going to do first, Ernie, is put the video recording on pause so I could change the boards up from the introductory board to board number one. Alrighty, Ernie. I got the board up, Ernie, and we're going to cover the first one is the Virginia Beach in the United States of America. And well, Ernie, since it's been a while since we did our last edition of World Sports News with Ernie. This one is back, let's say, August the 20th to the 24th. And so right now, Ernie, I will put the video recording on pause one more time so I could it'll be more than just this one more time, but there'll be a few more times. But right now, I'm going to put the video recording on pause, Ernie, so I can put the highlight board the on the results. Lordy, I'm just going to hold the board up real quickly. It was part of the WSL, the World Surf League. It was in the USA, United States of America, Virginia Beach. It was from August the 20th to the 24th. And now, Ernie, I will put the video one more time on pause, the recording on pause, to show the results. All right, I'm just going to hold it up again, the board up again once more time, because it's the World Surf League Virginia Beach, USA, Virginia Beach Pro was called. And congratulations to Ella McCaffrey and Owen Moss. Do I got that correct? Yes, I do. I'm reading it. I'm not reading it straight on. I'm reading it from the side. Right? Okay, so that was a while back. We once again, I'll just show the board again that. Well, Ernie, this is good to block some of the light, sunlight. Okay, so well, Ernie, it was fun to watch the highlights. And once again, we mentioned that you can catch all the WSL World Surf League highlights and live. This one they didn't live stream. I didn't see the live stream on YouTube. It might have been Ernie because it was in the United States of America, and because it was in the USA, possibly ESPN or something, another sports channel or whatever network. I didn't check to see, but yeah, it was because usually we're really good to be able to watch the events on YouTube, but there is the next event if it's not televised on American television like the way that was different. They will live stream yes, other events are live streamed on the YouTube channel of the World Surf League. This one I didn't find. I don't know if I should have kept Ernie. Maybe I should have kept trying. Maybe it was on, but it doesn't matter either way because the highlights will be easily viewed if go to the if anyone goes to the World Surf League YouTube channel, they can get the highlights. And well, the next event will be live action, as they say. They might have the live action live stream on the World Surf League's YouTube channel. So that's when they do their own like television with their own announcers. And right now, like I say, Ernie, I just we're just going to be able to watch the highlights. So once again, folks, just check out the World Surf League YouTube channel, and or you can check the World Surf League webpage. And yes, if you're once again, Ernie, I'm saying to the folks out there that rekindle some interest back into just watching surfing. Don't forget, folks, it's we're in September now, and it's just around the corner where it's cold months and nice to watch surfing from Tahiti and other destinations like Australia and New Zealand because over there it'll be summer and we'll have winter, and it'll be perfect to watch at night when it's nice and cold. Ernie will be all snuggled up in his bed. Felix too will be watching. All three of us we like to watch the highlights of the and if possible the live action of a surfing event. Alrighty, Ernie. I'm going to put the video recording on pause one more time so I can switch out to the next sports news item board. Alrighty, Ernie. I got the next news item board up, and that's board number. What is that? Is that our board number two? It was the second one we bought. That was the previous one was the very first board that I bought, and then I went back and got this one, and then went back, got the third board, went back, got the fourth, and then when I went for a fifth board, once again, Ernie can't find these boards anymore at the dollar stores. That's the way it goes. So it came and went, sold. They sold. I didn't realize how fast they would sell. Okay, and I had boards. I had all those boards in my hand, and I was kind of like, oh, I wish I had them now. Okay, so either way, Ernie should start with sailing, and just like previously, we were saying that it's in Germany, and the next event, of course, I don't want to miss it, Ernie. It's because the next one is in Saint Tropez, September the 12th to the 13th. And, exotic when it's exotic destinations, I don't want to miss it. Okay, not that is not wrong with Germany. It was in the Baltic Sea. Now, I'm going to just, Ernie, I'm just gonna not bother putting the video on pause. It's what it is, Ernie. It's just a small one of those. I bought some extra boards, and I bought these small ones too because there's two types in Canada. There's two types of dollar stores. The big ones, these whiteboards, these miniature, or I could say dry erase boards. More, I think that's a better terminology. But the other chain has these smaller dry erase boards. And what I'm gonna do is not bother putting the video on pause. I'm just gonna just show the results like this, just like because I did it by hand. I just wrote everything out. So yeah, there was the Cell GP. It was in Germany. I should try to get the sailboat in. No, I can't get the. Then I won't get both. Okay, so this is purely amateurs. Okay, Sail GP was Germany, and it was at the Baltic Sea. I thought it was a lake last time, but either way, it makes more sense because there's a lot of chance of getting the good strong wind. Okay, from the Baltic Sea, and the event, the winner, this one was France. It took me a while to figure it all out, but so yeah, so France won this event. So there's a team rankings. We're not really getting in here at Sports News Review. We're not the type that really could like. Yeah, I mean, we're not really. He say like if it was a American football terminology, we really don't do the X's and O's of the event, and we're not really much on the commentary. I don't know anything about the team from France, and we and Ernie was just and we're just like watching these events, and we just like watching the sailing. Well, I'll put this away because we got this. Okay, so now, well, Ernie, it's just that. Well, Ernie, I mean, yeah, I mean, I get away, like I said earlier, I get away with not reporting as much as I should, but because it's because the show is World Sports News with Ernie, and Ernie doesn't complain. He just wants to like be interested in hearing, oh, when's the next event, and Ernie just wants to watch, and he's not keeping. Ernie doesn't keep score. He just loves watching. Ernie loves watching sports, and this is another case where you know most folks out there, Ernie, would just not put sailing on their list of sports to watch. But once again, what we are, Ernie, is hey, a conscience. Like, hey, there's a there's sailing. Check it out. It's it's not like sailing like these kind of that's yachts. That's when it's yacht sailing. This is totally technical. If you've never seen this, of course we highlight the Sail GP because I know Ernie was suffering with the yacht sailing. Ernie wants to see some yacht sail, especially Ollie the cat. I understand what I've apologized to Ernie. I haven't checked up on Ollie the cat lately, but I want to do a real story next time, Ernie. If we do yacht racing, one of these future events on World Out Sports News with Ernie, that I want to get the full story of Ollie and where how has he been with the crew all this time, and where right now, Ernie, I just the research is min, and we're coming up to NFL season, so that's going to be really stretching it. I mean, yeah, I mean we're just it's just going to be World Sports News with, and most folks once again come out and say, hey. How do you call yourself World Sports News with Ernie, and you don't do the U.S. Open? Because we don't do tennis, son. Ernie, it's not. Ernie watches tennis, but once again, I asked Ernie. I don't really want to um, do any programming on tennis, like look into who's the. I don't know these folks. They're so young to me, and they're like whatever, and they're all names I have no clue. Like Ernie knows. I go back to the days of Bjorn Borg, and and with I go back to the days of Bjorn Borg, Jimmy Connors, and oh my gosh, I forgot his name. And of course, the most famous tennis player who was they call the original tennis brat. I'm forgetting his name. Okay. Anyways, Ernie. But we go back to those days, and then after Yvonne Lando, I kind of just I don't know. Tennis just went for me an interest in tennis, and Ernie knows that, so that's why we're like we don't really do tennis. So yeah, I mean it's like once again, folks, World Sports News with Ernie is what Ernie wants to highlight because U.S. Open, and we both agree on that one. The U.S. Open can advertise itself, and it doesn't need help from our sports news review channel on YouTube to promote tennis because, yeah, it's either person everybody knows it, but when you turning on the sports news, regular sports news now, you're not going to see the sailing as much unless you're in Canada. You see the sail GP being like promotional on the bottom, saying it says sail GP lives here. So they're trying, and I'm going to say I've seen it again, Ernie. So this event here at the San Tropez, like I'm really hoping. Oh yes, I want to see it on TSN. Bernie and I, did I say Bernie? Ernie and I and Felix, and Felix kind of well, if he's not busy doing he's gonna be doing his NFL picks every week. I feel, I know, Ernie's like, are you gonna do it for? Ernie doesn't care about gambling, doesn't want to see gambling on World Sports News. Ernie, but Ernie just wants the best for his buddy Felix. Well, he calls him the rubber ducky, but I know Ernie. I make a big promise that I'll do NFL picks with Felix, and then I don't deliver sometimes, and I know Ernie's kind of like, oh, he wants he wants Felix to have. I got plenty of boards to write, plenty of dry erase boards now. I even got two new ones. I have two new ones. Well, here I'll show one in the package still. I'll show you what the package is like. You get the see. I even got it comes with its own. It even comes with its own. So I got plenty of those because when it comes to the boards with the letters, they're a World Sports News exclusive now. Even I don't even know if I'm looking for. You know what I can't find, Ernie? Stencils, like old school stencils. So I could just use the stencil on the dry erase board, and the letters will come out nice. Like when I do it in FNL, like when I do other shows. And oh well, that's the marquee board. Ernie, I got the marquee board still. And what I'm trying to say, Ernie, is I could actually put it down farther. I don't have to put it up so high. Okay. I got a lot of trial and error with the way the cameras are, and just fixing this and fixing that here in the studio. And I like my blue background. I got this here is just it's just one of those things you use for and there was of course the little dramatics, world sports news and everything. So I got the prop here. The actual microphone being used is right here, and it's just a prop microphone, of course. But this is the actual microphone I'm being used. I didn't want to get a big, tall microphone. I could have got the big ones, but don't have the room in the studio, especially when barbecue and ketchup come up. It's gonna take up room. Okay, so Ernie, we advertised enough for sailing. Did we? Yeah, we mentioned who the event was, who won the event. So what we'll do, Ernie, is now we're going to go to our next sports news item. But this time, Ernie, I'm gonna put the video on pause because the video recording on pause is because it's hard for me to change that board. I gotta adjust it and everything. It looks better. Okay. Oh, Ernie, got our next sports news board up, and sport of darts, New Zealand. This was a while back, Ernie, because we haven't done an edition of World Sports News in a while. So yeah, this one we definitely wanted to highlight. It was in New Zealand, Auckland. I had to mention Auckland, Ernie, because, well, when it comes to like New Zealand, which I don't know, I'm not going to grab Ernie's globe. I'm not going to grab the studio globe, Ernie. Yeah, it's too hard to point it out. New Zealand would be on the bottom of that globe, kind of, and it would be a little tucked in. Two small islands that make up the New Zealand. Okay, so and then, well, they have what they call was the Dart Masters, Ernie. Ernie, when it comes to the words like the Masters, it's more of a terminology meaning a craft, like mastering a craft, like an art form, which is darts. Darts is a sport, and because it has to, a person needs at that level, it becomes an art form that they have to throw the dart like like the art of throwing the dart continuously, and like they can't miss as much as like me and you can, like it's this is highly competitive darts. Okay, so well this one, like you guys said, Ernie, it was on August the 15th and 16th. And what I'll do, Ernie, is I won't even put the video on pause. I'll just bring out the white dry erase board, and I wrote it all out, Ernie. I could just hang it up a bit, just but you end up covering everything, though. Okay. Well, yeah, I don't. You know what? I could just hold it like that. Okay, so it was the New Zealand Darts Masters, obviously, and congrats to Luke Littler. That's the young phenom when we were covering darts for the first time, Ernie, out of nowhere, just by pure luck, we had the chance to watch the championship on you. Someone put it on their YouTube channel, which is in Sky because it's in England. It's televised on television. There was so much interest because of Luke Litter being just 16 years of age at the time, and yeah, I mean he's Luke Littler and it's Luke Humphrey. Well, it was the final match, Ernie, was Luke Littler and Luke Humphreys, and that is becoming a very good friendly, my hopefully very friendly a rivalry that really I am just piqued of interest going, wow, whoever wins, Luke Littler or Luke Humphreys, it's like wow. I mean, the younger, because Luke Littler is, like I said, is probably still in his teens, which is amazing in itself, how far he's gone, and he won this one, and Luke Humphreys is just like like a really good darts player, but I mean, it's what it's what darts needs the Luke Humphreys and the Luke Lidler to play like the way okay, you know what? I'm gonna take this down. It's been we've seen it. Okay, now obviously that's not Luke Lidler. That's just the AI. Where would we be without AI, Ernie? Where artificial intelligence? I mean, where would we be with? We wouldn't have the microphone icon. We wouldn't have, uh, the sports news review icon over there. And I mean, yeah, there's this like we do a lot, and okay, so what I'm saying, Ernie, is well, once again, I know most folks would want to see darts late. Now, the biggest thing, if you're going to take away from darts, is don't miss the World Championships of darts. And it starts at this November, I think the end of November to get the preliminaries, and then December really gets going, and then the finals is right after New Year's Day. It's either on New Year's Day or or after New Year's Day, and that's the once a year kind of the World Cup. Not when they call it the World Cup of darts. I mean, that is the World Cup of darts, as far as I'm concerned. When it is at that time of the year in England, darts, you that's the one. That is the one. If I'm a darts player, I want to win that one. But like in golf, Ernie, there's four of them that people really want to win, and that's they call it the Grand Slam of golf. Like the PGA Tour, I call it the British Open. I don't know what it's called at this moment. Well, we don't do golf, but that's how much I do golf. It's not the British Open as we know it, but I'm calling it the British Open. And they should put as far as I'm concerned, they should put the name British Open for folks like me that just kind of glance over and don't even know. Oh, by the way, that was the British Open. Because if I see the words British Open, I'll take a glance. Go, okay. I'll take a quick look. The interest is there because I hear the word because it's one of the four big ones, for golf. I forget Players Championship, PGA Championship. They call it the Masters Tournament in Georgia, the first one of the season, and then what I still call the British Open. But in darts, that's the one. That's the one to win is the England tournament. So that is the really big. These are just to help out, like to bring all these players that to New Zealand. You remember the last edition of World Sports News with Ernie? We were saying, oh yeah, who wouldn't want to miss an opportunity to go watch darts or play darts in New Zealand? So yeah, once again, we kind of wanted to put New Zealand. So I wanted to put New Zealand so bad, even though it's still so early in the dart season, kind of. But once again, folks, because New Zealand, I don't really get to put New Zealand much up, except when the Sail GP. Well, I think the only time I'm going to be surfing and Sail GP will be the next two events. Well, yes. Ernie's ready to say, don't forget about netball. You're correct, Ernie. Let's not forget about the New Zealand. I didn't even know there was a New Zealand 16 league netball, women's netball. Okay, so with that, Ernie, we're gonna do. I'm going to put the video recording on pause once again, just to change up the boards. Alrighty, Ernie. We got the last board up, and once again, board number 4. This is the fourth board I bought at the store, and it's the last one I could find. After that, no more. But yeah, I would like to get a lot more letters too, but we'll see from there. And it's just weird how it just morphed that I need these boards for your show, Ernie, or else I can't do this show without. I gotta leave them all alone, and it's best. This one, once again, we were doing snooker a lot, and snooker is finding that like, there's not the big tournaments because it's still early in the season, Ernie. And Ernie, it's just that the big one once again with snooker, the one I would want to win if I was a snooker player, top class world class snooker player, Ernie, is I want to win the one that's comes around. Well, the preliminaries in December and it finishes at around January of 2026 this season. That's the one all snooker players want to win. They want to win that one. It's like it's just one of those things that's just you gotta win the big championship, the world championship in England, and that's the way it goes with darts and snooker. Just one of those deals in life, Ernie. You want to win where it's the most popular, and it's in their culture. So yeah, but once again, folks, we I told Ernie, well, there's 10 ball, which I never really thought of 10 ball world championship. September 20th to the 28th. I don't want to miss it. That's why we put it up so early. And folks, the first time they come to World Sports News and Ernie, and if you're this far into the video, I'm saying, hey, well, there's also snooker. We did. If you go back and see, we try to cover snooker as much as possible. But this time, Ernie, I said, Ernie, I'm going to put up the 10 ball championship right now because it's in Vietnam. I don't know when we could put Vietnam again. We don't really do much sport because in Vietnam, this is going to be like well respected, like the way, like like it's going to probably be I forgot to look where it is, the event's being held, like where in Vietnam it's being held. But Ernie, it's going to be top class all the way through. I mean yeah, the players, the 10 ball players, they really feel at home. The like the crowd in Vietnam is really going to be respectful to, because you want people to come. They want to see the best of the best of in the WPA World Tour, and and you want to if the it's going to be once again as far as viewing goes. That's why I'm having trouble saying is like viewing. I don't know. I'm going to guarantee that it's going to be on television in Vietnam. I mean, why not? And as far as television in the United States of America, yeah, I could possibly see some channel there. Maybe putting it on whatever, because it's going to be. Uh, well, the time zone is going to be different too, so might be able to watch it at night. Let's see. No, it's going to be the replay. To watch it live, it's going to be at a time when let's see. Yeah, it's just September 20th. I'm pretty sure is Saturday if I remember correctly. And September the 20th would be Saturday. And yeah, best is probably going to just be highlights. And you never know in this. That I almost screamed that too loud. Okay, but Ernie, I want to try to say is I'm all excited is that Ernie, maybe we will watch it if they decide to live stream the WPA 10 ball on their own channel, on the WPA YouTube channel. And yeah, that'd be awesome to be watching the 10 ball championship, because I don't know if it's going to be on. I don't see it being on. I mean, if it is on Sportsnet or TSN, we will definitely make sure to before September the 20th, get an edition of World Sports News with Ernie out there, and tell the folks that, well, because it's Canada, where to watch TSN or Sportsnet. That'd be awesome. Uh, we're so limited in Canada, and we don't have the amount of satellite channels that received in the U.S. of A. Where I mean, there's so many channels, and they have to, they want to show something different. And once again, folks, out there, if you're out there in TSN land, if you have some kind of say in programming, like somewhat you could suggest in TSN or Sportsnet, it's like, hey, why not showcase the 10 ball championship? It can't be that expensive. I don't know, I don't what I'm trying to say, Ernie, is that it couldn't be super expensive to hold up, because it's like it's the time zones to watch it live. I think it's gonna be like 12 hours exactly 12. So yeah, I mean, yeah, yeah, like if it's at 8 at night, it'd be like 8 in the morning here. Yeah, the time difference would be really odd. So you never know. But either way, Ernie, we will mention it on your show. Okay, Ernie. That's all the boards we have for this edition of World Sports News with Ernie. And what I'm going to do, Ernie, is put the video on pause, and we're going to say our goodbyes with our outro, or is it intro and outro boards? OUTRA, I guess. Well, either way, it's like, to say our goodbyes. So I'll put the video recording on pause. Alrighty, Ernie. So I got the outro board. I have to say it correctly. OUT, like intro and outro board. Same board, Ernie, but the same. It looks like Ernie Ernie wrote the words "world," colored in the words "Ernie," and yours truly here did sports news with. So I wrote the sports news with, and Ernie colored it. Well, I wrote it in world, and Ernie colored it in, so it's in Ernie's style. And the L has a little bite on it, and we left it because Ernie says, I was like, Ernie, it's like as if you took a bite of a licorice or something, you couldn't help yourself because it looked so tasty. So, anyways, Ernie, um, well, we had a good, quick time, fun time. What are we doing in time? 33 minutes or roughly, or almost 33 minutes. Yeah, we can end this at 33 minutes, which I don't know, 33 and a half minutes. We could do the old 33 and one third the speed of a LP long playing record. But anyway, I don't think we're just going to do our outro. We're going to do our goodbyes here. Got to queue up our cursor here. Is it called cursor? I think it's still called cursor. I go back to the 80s when it computer terminology, some of them. Okay, so Ernie, we'll say our goodbyes here. So for all three of us, that's yours truly, Felix, who's sitting on top of the desk, and Ernie, who's sitting behind the desk. For all three of us, we're saying thank you for watching World Sports News with Ernie. But for now, we're over and out.